What's up guys, Justin here with TheSketchUpEssentials.com, back with another SketchUp extension tutorial for you. So in today's video we're going to look at some interesting ways to use the joint push-pull extension inside of SketchUp in order to create different recesses and other things like that on complex faces. So this extension was voted on by my supporters on Patreon, so if you do want to vote on my extension of the week, maybe support the show, make sure you check out that link in the notes down below. Now let's go ahead and just jump into it. Alright, so you can download joint push-pull from the Sketchucation plugin store. So I will link to that in the notes down below. You can download that for free and install it in SketchUp. So what we're going to do though is I want to talk a little bit about using that push-pull function on multiple faces, as well as how to push-pull things not only in or out, but in order to create different effects. So let's start off. So there's a couple different tools in here that we can look at, but I think for now what we want to focus on is we want to focus on the joint push-pull. We might do a bit with the vector push-pull. And so basically the way that this tool works is it allows you to push-pull multiple different surfaces, right? Like right now, for example, let's say that I wanted to push-pull these faces in on this object so that I had a recess like this. So with a simple shape like this, you definitely could come in here and do that just by push-pulling the individual faces like this. But let's say that you wanted to push-pull that multiple different times to create multiple different recesses. Well, you could push-pull this back and then just double-click, double-click, double-click. There's a lot of clicking in here if you do that though, right? You definitely could do it, but it's going to be a lot of extra work. So what you could do instead is you could come in here, you could do a shift click and select multiple different faces like this. So you could just pick up all the faces that you want. And so what you could do with all of these selected is you could just activate joint push-pull and you could push-pull them in just like this all at once. Now one thing to note about that when you do that is you may run into the issue where you have faces in there. So you may be getting... So this may push-pull this in like this, but then it's leaving the faces. So if that's the case, if that's what's happening in here, what you need to do is you need to make sure that you selected the option in joint push-pull for the push-pull finishing instead of the thicken finishing. So what that's going to do is that's going to erase the original face when you do this. So when you do that, when you push-pull that back, that erases your original face and leaves you with these recesses over here. So this can be a valuable tool even for flat faces like this in order to create different recesses. But then also what this is going to allow you to do is it's also going to allow you to do that on curved surfaces. And so let's take a look at the way this works real quick. So let's say that we were to use normal push-pull. Right? So there's an option here for normal push-pull. And what this is doing is this is basically push-pulling all of the different faces out based on the individual face orientation that makes up the shape. So if you were to turn on your hidden geometry, remember that none of these are actually curved faces inside of SketchUp. What they are instead is their collection of flat faces in here that are all getting push-pulled. That's why the push-pull tool in SketchUp can't push-pull curved surfaces. So if you were to select this right here and then try to push-pull it, you're going to get an error message. Well, the reason for that, the reason push-pull can't push-pull curved or smooth surfaces is because actually what those are is those are made up of a bunch of individual faces and it doesn't know what to do with them. Inside of joint push-pull though, this does know how to do that. So it's either going to take the normal push-pull and it's just going to push-pull the individual faces like this, or if you were to use the regular joint push-pull function, what that does is that allows you to thicken a shape like this. And so the reason that it's doing that is that it basically knows that it's push-pulling each one of these individual faces in here, and it's figuring out the math in order to merge them all together into a complete face like this. And so what's really powerful about that is not only does it give you the ability to push-pull these out, so you could use this to create a shape that's out like this. So let's make a copy. So you could definitely use joint push-pull to push this out, but you can also use it to add recesses to these curved surfaces by push-pulling them in as well. So you can see how I was quickly able to push-pull this in. You could create like the head of a baller. There's a lot of different applications for this. And so one thing to be aware of when you're doing this though is you do need to look out for kind of like weird corners and points like this one. So for example, let's say I was to select these faces and just push-pull them back on this curved face like this, notice how when you get to a point, it kind of stops knowing what to do with that. And I think it's because the angles are all kind of messed up with something that's sharp here. So there are a little bit of limitations. What you could do though, is you could, but if you were to reduce the curve on this corner, like this, and then we'll just take this and copy it down. Right here. Well then, if you were to come in here and select all of these faces and push-pull it back, for the most part it would be fine. You'd probably want to fix this corner right here as well because you're running into that same issue. So note that there are a few limitations in here, but if you're smart about your geometry, you can definitely get around them pretty easily. But then the other place you could use this is you could use this on something like this surface right here, where I've come in and I've used the free extension tools on surface. And let's say that you wanted to add some edges in here like this. Notice how this splits this face up. You can do the same thing in here where you can select those, use joint push-pull in order to push-pull this in or down like this. Notice how you can get some kind of weird artifacts in here. A lot of the time you can just clean those up just by coming in here and using the erase tool, but you do need to be a little bit careful because when you start erasing these things out, sometimes you can create holes in your model. So again, I mean, it's not perfect on more complex surfaces like this, but it's definitely a great tool. The other thing you could do is there's a function here called vector push-pull. So joint push-pull kind of follows along with the direction of the faces that you have in here, but if you use vector push-pull, you can basically dictate a direction. So in this case, for example, I could dictate that I wanted this to go straight up and down like this. So that's great for creating things like walls where you're push-pulling things up instead of down. But what it does is it'll take all of those surface pieces and it'll push-pull them all in the same direction. So different kind of application, but definitely something that you can use on these more complex surfaces. All right, so that's where I'm going to end this video. I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below what other joint push-pull functions you'd like to talk about a little bit more. Big thanks to my supporters on Patreon for voting on this extension. If you want to vote on my next extension on the channel, make sure that you check out supporting the show on Patreon at the link in the notes down below. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.